Good morning to one and all present here. Respected guest of honor, Sri Shanmugasundaram sir, DIG Presence Coimbatore, Sri Nageshwar Rao sir, AGM, Sri Balakrishnan, RI, Sri Anish Agustin sir, Principal, Sri Chaithanya School, teaching, non-teaching staff, other distinguished guests on the stage, parents, guardians, and my dear children. It is indeed a proud privilege for me to be amongst you all today on the occasion of the second annual function of Sri Chaithanya Techno School, Coimbatore. As the MCs rightly said, I am a professional military educationist posted at Air Force Administrative College as a directing staff. And my responsibility is to train the Air Force officers belonging to various branches, including the pilots, the engineers, the air traffic controllers, the fighter controllers, the administrators, educationists, and various other branches of Indian Air Force. In addition, I am also the Senior Education Officer of Air Force Administrative College and Executive Director of Air Force School, Coimbatore. I know that all of you are here not for a long speech from me, because all of you want to see your child or children performing on the stage and receiving awards or prizes from the guests. But as a protocol, I was asked to speak a few words by the MCs and by the principal, so I need to do justice for the same. But I'll ensure you that I'll not take much of your time. Today, when I stand in front of you as a chief guest for this annual function, I recollect my days back when I was a child and when I was performing on the stage during our annual function. Through and through in my life, student life, I was a sportsman and also participated in various extracurricular activities. I was always delighted to be a part of our annual day function, and I still remember me getting a prize from the renowned Malayalam poet Kunyuni Marsh. But when I say this, if I am standing here today in front of you as an Air Force officer, the reason behind this is that I had an aim when I was a child. I had an aim in my mind, and I followed that aim with passion, and I still continue that aim. So here, when I see most of you, I can see maximum number of parents here sitting here, and I'm sure that Agustin sir had made efforts for the children also to see this program live. So my advice or my request to all of you is to create or to generate an interest in the kids to have an aim for their future. Everybody needs to have an aim, and once he or she achieves, or when he or she thinks about that aim, the next question is why. Why I want to be what I want to be. This why is it's a very difficult question to answer. But it can be done if your child interact or introspect himself or herself. The child need to know about himself or herself. Secondly, he or she need to interact with the teachers, with the parents, with their friends. Of course, I know internet, books, electronic media are there, but physical interaction is very important in this case. Now, as teachers, when I address the teachers, my advice to you all is develop healthy habits among the children. You must understand one thing: teaching is one of the noblest of the profession which anyone can have. So you're all lucky to be a teachers, and moreover at this prestigious Sri Chaithanya School. You are looked upon as a role models by each and every child. When you walk when you speak, when you do a simple thing, you are looked upon by the children to imitate you. They normally imitate you. They see what they are doing. They consider you as the role models. So you need to be very careful when you interact with the children. Here I would like to say that you exhibit discipline and then expect discipline. I would like to reiterate this sentence. You exhibit discipline and then expect discipline. You all know that school is a second home for every child. So it is the school's responsibility to provide a conducive environment for all the children to come and learn. They should like to come back to the school when they go home. And I am very sure that Chaithanya Augustine sir is doing his level best to create that conducive atmosphere in Sri Chaithanya Techno School. Coming on to the parents, your role is very important in grooming your child. It is not the only responsibility of the teachers and the non-teaching staff here to groom the child. It is you who have to play a very important role. You need to develop healthy habits. You need to tell them about the morals, ethics and values of life. Now every children has got unique talents. Don't try to fulfill your dreams through your children. My very humble advice to you is, don't try to fulfill your dreams through your children. Because as I said, every children is unique. He or she has got immense talents and you need to nurture them. Now, today's world is electronic oriented. You've got a lot of gadgets, a lot of social media, and be aware of your kids indulging in a lot of usage of social media. I'm very sure your kids might be very small at this time, but after 2-3 years, you need to be very vigilant about this. The parents need to look upon the physical and mental well-being of each and every child. Now finally coming to the students, I can see some students here, some student volunteers here, and some of them may be watching me live. My advice to you is, to all the students, is give respect. Give respect to your teachers, to your parents, to your elders, and most importantly, to the nature. When you talk to others, be polite. You need to have courage to stand up and say that I have done this mistake, even if you have done so. You need to have the courage to stand up and say. Never ever lie for even for a silly reasons. You need to understand one thing, all the students standing here and listening to me, everything is possible in life. There is nothing which is impossible, but you need to have that positive attitude that I can do it. Motivate your friends, encourage your friends to do well. If you are doing well, congratulate them. I'll take 30 seconds or 40 seconds to narrate a very short story for all the children here, sitting here, and even for the parents. It is all about positive motivation or positive encouragement and what can do if there is a negative, what are the negative impacts of negative motivation. So the story goes like this. There were a group of frogs. They were all going through the woods, through the forest, to a pond. So while they were all jumping and going through the forest, 2 of the frogs fall down into a deep pit. Now those frogs could not come up. They have to reach to the top to carry on along with the other frogs. They were trying their level best to come up to the top of the pit. Now his friends, the friends of the frog, started standing on the top of the pit and they were trying to tell them something. And seeing these 2 frogs trying to come up, they started discouraging these 2 frogs. You cannot do it. It is not so easy. They were all shouting from the top that you will not be able to do it. They were discouraging. They were using their hands and feet to tell them, don't try, you will not be able to do it. Now one of the frogs listened to what these frogs were telling, and finally that one frog gave up. They gave up trying, that particular frog gave up trying, and then finally he falls down and dies. But the other frog, what happened to the other frog? The other frog kept on trying to reach to the top of the pit. Seeing the actions by the other frogs, this second frog tried to come up. Finally, after a lot of trying, this frog could come up to the top of the pit. Now when his friends were asking him that we were trying to tell you not to try, you are in so much of pain, why did you listen to us? We were trying, we were discouraging you not to try, you are in pain. You know what the second frog told? The frog told that I cannot hear, I am a deaf frog. I was so down, I could not hear what you were telling, but I thought that you are all encouraging me to come up and join with them. So what I mean to say is, one single story has got a meaning of positive impact on encouragement and negative impact. You as children should try, and as parents and as teachers, to try to motivate and encourage your young children. So I'm very sure the children would have understood the moral of the story. As promised, I will not take much of your time, and as the parents again are eagerly waiting for the kids to come and perform. Now I would like to highlight one or two important aspects of Sri Chaithanya School. The principal, I know Augustine sir for quite a long time. They're doing a wonderful job in the field of education, and you all be rest assured they will continue to perform better in the years to come. From a very humble beginning of 300 students 3 years back, now if their strength is 1100, you can understand the impact of this school and the commitment of this school towards providing holistic education to the children, as the school believes in overall development. So with that, I wish all my very best to Sri Chaithanya Techno School, the principal, the teaching, non-teaching staff, and all the parents sitting here. All the very best for all your future endeavors. Jai Hind.